Hey there, Evan Sillyson here, founder of the Northwest School of Aromatic Medicine and Higher Mind Incense. And today I want to talk a little bit about one of the botanical products that deserves way more attention than it gets, and that is the hydrosol, also called a hydrolat or floral waters, sometimes flower water, which all basically refer to the same thing. And flower water isn't necessarily the most accurate term because they can be prepared with just about any aromatic material, even gums and resins and woods like cedar. But these medicines are ancient. They're thousands of years old. In fact, the ancient alchemists were all about this botanical water, which was used as a medicine. And in the process of acquiring it through distillation, essential oil would also be produced, which early on was thought to be a byproduct of hydrosols to a lot of people. And it was often discarded a lot of the times, actually. So yeah, you should really know what these preparations are all about because they have many different uses across different healing practices. And they can be used in a lot of different botanical products for healing and beauty and enjoyment. So if you make any of those products, this is definitely something you should know about. But essentially, hydrosols are produced through different methods of distilling plants. And people can either distill plants specifically to obtain the hydrosol, or a lot of the times these days, they're going to be a byproduct of distilling essential oils. And the hydrosols that are distilled as the end product, there's slightly different methods used to obtain those. And they're much better quality, where the ones that come as a byproduct of essential oils, they're much lesser quality. And if you can imagine, just with how much essential oils are on the market these days, there's a lot of hydrosol being produced and sold. Unlike in the days of the ancient alchemists, most distillers today, they're all about the essential oil, and that's how they make the most money, selling oils. But to people like you and I, hydrosols can be just as valuable, just like they were to ancient alchemists. So when distilling a plant to obtain its essential oil or its hydrosol, which you can easily do at home, a pretty good amount of plant material is needed. If you're going to do a small home distillation, you're going to need a few pounds of material. And depending on your distillation setup, a certain amount of water is needed, of course. But essentially, water is heated in the distillation process and boiled in a still, and this hot steam makes its way up through a chamber containing the plant material. And the steam sort of unlocks all the different volatile components, the essential oils and the water-soluble chemicals within the plant, and then carries them through to another chamber into a vessel that collects this aromatic and infused water, which ends up being hydrosol, and also collects the essential oil, which floats on top of the hydrosol, and they can easily be separated. Essential oils are great, but in today's video, they're not our main focus. In fact, only in recent years have humans started encountering essential oils so much on a regular basis. In addition to many people using them for healing and medicine and aromatherapy, they're also mass marketed as air fresheners. Some companies promote ingesting them, which as an aromatherapist I can't disagree with enough. There's only a few instances which mainly are very serious health situations where a really, really small amount of essential oils is used by trained medical aromatherapists. But essential oils are also used in just about everything in our bathrooms. Our shampoo, hand soap, all kinds of cleaners, all your beauty products, your perfumes, even in some food products. So most people these days have kind of have an overexposure to them because for thousands of years our bodies have only adapted to processing a very small amount of them in nature, and through ingesting plants and herbs and stuff like that. So very different from what we do in today's more consumerist culture. And honestly, essential oils have their place, but I feel we just simply need to be using them more modestly with our health and environment in mind. And hydrosols can be the perfect answer to that. The thing is that hydrosols actually contain very small amounts of essential oils. So they're basically a pre-diluted and safe, gentler water-based medicine. And they can even be safe to ingest and use around pets and the elderly and kids. You know, like using chamomile hydrosol to help calm a kid's mood or help them sleep. So they're much safer than using essential oil in that regard, which is really nice. They also contain hydrophilic plant compounds, which are water-soluble organic plant chemicals that can promote our health. And this gives them a wider range of active constituents than essential oils, because the oils don't contain those. Hydrosols are really simple to use. You know, most people use them as is, but you know, they can also be added to different botanical products. And the most simple way to use them is in a spray, like a room spray or, you know, a body spray. You know, you're uplifting the aromas, but you're also breathing in medicine and cleansing the air. You can also use them as a body spray to tonify the skin for different cosmetic benefits. A lot of people use them for anti-inflammatory properties and cooling properties, especially rose hydrosol, which you can easily find on the market these days, like this rose water here. Even a lot of natural food stores carry this. And they can also help with healing. And you can add them to just about any kind of skincare and beauty product, like if, you know, maybe you make your own creams or facial toners, cleansers, different hydrating products, hair care, you know, even as like a water-based perfume if you want to smell nice. You know, basically any botanical products that call for any amount of water, you can use hydrosol in its place. And then of course, you know, there's my favorite, which is, you know, using it in my incense blends. So if you're a student of mine, or if you craft your own incense, you're going to know that water is a really important aspect to most types of incense. You know, it helps marry all of our ingredients together and their aromas together. It helps to kind of synthesize them all, opening up their aromatic pores. And it also acts, it activates the gum binders in the incense mixture, which, you know, helps create solidity and form, you know, if you're making like a shaped incense like cones or sticks. So instead of using water, you can easily swap it out for hydrosol, or even like a blend of hydrosols for, you know, different added aromas. Like mixing, you know, you can mix this rose water here with sandalwood powder, which makes one of my favorite super simple but really amazing smelling incenses. You know, the possibilities are really endless. Something to look out for when you're buying hydrosols is that you need to be sure you're buying 100% pure hydrosols, because, you know, back in like the 50s and 60s, people started making fake hydrosols. You know, they were adding essential oils or chemical fragrances, fragrance oils to water and then selling it as a hydrosol, which is definitely not the same product. So you just want to make sure that you're buying purely distilled hydrosol from plants. So just, you know, look out for like an ingredients list, or you can find the Latin name of the plant that's made, that it's made with, and you should be all right. You can also shop for organic or wild harvested hydrosols. Make sure they weren't grown without any chemicals. And another thing to keep in mind is that hydrosols, you know, they often smell a little bit different than essential oils of a plant, because a large amount of the aromatic compounds of a plant are separated into the essential oils, making those super potent. And then, you know, all like the water-soluble compounds, which I was talking about, and some of the aromatics and essential oils are in the hydrosols. So they're, you know, very different in their aromas sometimes. Oftentimes they're pretty similar. So just keep that in mind when you're using them. And if you want to learn how to make your own hydrosol, which again it's pretty simple to do, check out the guide below the video here. I added something really a really nice step-by-step guide for you here, and it doesn't really cost you, you know, more than $10 in materials, which it's likely that you already have a lot of the tools and things lying around to make them. So that's really all I wanted to share for now. And I definitely suggest you try your hand at distilling your own, and good luck if you do. I hope you got something good from this video on hydrosols, and if you did, please share it with someone that you think might also benefit. These aromatic waters are ancient. They've been used as medicine for a long time. They smell amazing, and they're really valuable. So that's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you soon.